Good day, my name is Josué Lisboa, and I will be sharing my proposal for the Engineering Management Project class. Slide, it's the agenda, and we will cover several items. The first, it's the problem statement, and we're going to talk about a bit of what's the problem that we're trying to solve. Afterward, we'll go and speak about the objectives and what we're trying to accomplish with this project. Then we will share a bit of the methodology we have chosen to solve this project. And afterwards, we will speak about the schedule and the amount of time frame we have to solve this project. Okay. To the project statement. So the company I work for, they had a company-wide tool deployment, and it was carried a few months ago. This is a global private company, so the update made the PDM or product data management, made it the old one obsolete, and they implemented a new one. Now, when the day came that this new PDM system was went live, so everyone can use it, many users, daily user of this program, came across missing data information as well as technical issues on the tool, right? So with all these issues, those people that had to use that tool daily, they had delays on their work and their cycle time was impacted. And with the cycle time impact, it translated into issues down the road like product delays. Um, some of the managers started to having milestone issues because they were not meeting the milestones and there were delays in the products. So this, in the end, created issues on the deliveries of product. So we need to avoid these type of situations in the future, and we will try to implement um, a path for the deployment of new software on this company, so that this doesn't happen again in the future, and everything goes smoothly with a, a new tool or a new software deployment. Okay, so let's look at some of the objectives. As with any other tool deployment, we want to decrease the amount of time it takes for a new employer or a daily user to adapt to this new tool or new software. This had to be kept to less than a work week. That it's 5 days. That's the maximum we want to a user to adapt. So by doing this, the cycle time will not be impacted that much because the faster that employee can work full time with the new tool, the faster we can resume all the activities that were driven to up to that point. The next goal is to have the available training no less than 2 weeks prior to launch, so everyone has time to um, get familiar with the tools, with all the techniques, and can adapt easier to the new tool, right? So another critical goal here is to try to make the cycle time impact less than 3 days. 3 days will be the maximum. Anything above and beyond 3 days will translate into impacts to the product deliveries and milestone fidelity. Okay, so we want to keep that less than 3 days. And then another goal we're trying to accomplish that the amount of complaints and technical issues that the daily users have need to be less than 20 per day, and this is globally. Okay, so this is a high goal. We will try to accomplish this by meeting the other goals. The best and the better the well informed are all the employees, the smoother the transitions will be. Okay, so those are the goals we have right now. Let's go to the next slide. So the methodology we are going to use for this project. It's a Six Sigma approach, and the solving methodology will be the DMAIC approach. And this methodology stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. And the DMAIC process will ensure that these goals, the goals we just discussed, are met. Okay. This DMAIC process will help us to establish the framework of the process, and improve it. Okay. So here you can see some of the key tools and activities that we are going to use by phase. Each one of those DMAIC phases will use different tools. So for examples, in the define portion, we're going to be using the voice of the customer. That it's very important early on in a project, because it will tell you what's the issue and what you want to accomplish with the project. Okay. Another important tool we have listed here is the root cause analysis, which, as the name implies, it will be used to identify what is the issue, what's causing that problem, so we can focus on those issues that are causing that problem and we can solve them. Okay. So the schedule for this project, it's based upon the 12-week duration of this course, right? So we have chosen a 2-week period for each one of the phases of the DMAIC process, leaving the last 2 weeks of the course um, as a safety tolerance, let's say. So in case of any unforeseen event happens that may have delay on the other phases, we can use these 2 weeks to polish and finish the project, just in case. So that's my proposal. So thank you everyone for your time. So remember to leave comments or suggestions below, and we'll see you soon.